Soul is a Disney Pixar movie. It is beautifully and creatively animated, and it's about heavy stuff. Despite typical Pixar character design, this movie is not suitable for kids. Not in any sort of graphic sense. I just don't think they'll understand the gravity of the actual intention of the movie. Soul is very much for the viewer who is, well, a lost soul. It's for the lost soul. For the 20-something who feels like they're throwing away their shot, if you will. The 30-something who feels like they're almost so close to accomplishing that goal that they think one day will make them happy. Or the 40-plus somethings who are still dreaming and trying to accomplish that one life goal that has been unattainable. What all of these age groups have in common is that they get clouded by one goal. And they're passive with everything else in life. And that is the struggle that our main character, Joe, faces in Soul. Whereas those who are content enough not to be controlled by a single tunnel vision goal are just happy to be out and about and alive. This becomes what 22's perception of being alive is. It's just a fun time that has really small, really enjoyable moments in it that are just really everyday and simple. It was really a slap to the face to see how Joe thought he hadn't lived yet because he hadn't accomplished his dream. And he thought his whole life was meaningless when he died. Because yeah, he dies. I thought this movie was about a guy hanging out with a little soul spirit dude and jamming out with him doing jazz, but no, he dies. I think those who have passion, like Joe does for jazz, often get so entangled in pursuing their passions on a larger scale that they become trapped, obsessed, anxious, and doubtful, and afraid that they'll never amount to anything if they fail to reach that one goal. But the thing with goals is, once they're accomplished, we're on to the next thing to accomplish. When Joe finally gets to play his big gig debut with Dorothea Williams, he doesn't feel the way that he thought he would. This is all too common, even for me, and yet I never learned. Joe finally did that one thing, the one thing he wanted, and the feeling didn't match up to the expectation he set for it. The outcome for our goals is always much more grand in our heads. People like Joe, and admittedly myself, live so much in our heads that we aren't able to live in reality. It's actually really sad when you struggle to see that the small things in life can be the most pleasant and the most rewarding and the most worthwhile. 22 is such a refreshing character for that reason. Although I did find her character design to be obnoxious for some reason, and her voice, which was intentional as is seen in the movie. Once she gets to Earth and stops being a total nihilist about everything, she is so in awe with everything that comes with being alive. And it's like mundane things like walking and pizza and enjoying nature. 22 is simply amazed by being. She's still in herself. Does that make sense? She's still. She's very confident. Unlike Joe, who's constantly wired and insecure about what life means. So Soul isn't for kids, and I freaking love that. It uses a very comfortable and fun medium of animation to display issues that millions of people are dealing with. Not appreciating life itself, that's the issue. Not appreciating life for just being life. This isn't to say that the dreamers shouldn't dream, and that the girl and guy bosses of the world shouldn't go out and smash their goals. But it's only to say that it would be nice to stop putting all this pressure on ourselves to just grab a slice of pizza or a cup of coffee and just simply be. Instead of being in our heads, forcing ourselves, spending more effort putting ourselves into our anxieties and the realities we curate inside our minds, to just live in the present moment. Soul is a wake-up call to understanding that reaching your goal or ambition or your dream shouldn't be a determination of your happiness. And that even though things may not go according to plan, life is still a beautiful